It's Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sound of Atlanta, virtual vibe, Big Ray in the building. And as you know, we like to premiere the fresh faces, the up and coming, the indies, the majors, people who have made it. And this is truly a success story right here. And I need to shout out, let's do a one time for Jastin Martin. Jastin Martin, one time for that, yo. Come on, clap it up for that girl. Listen. How old are you, first of all?
I just turned 25.
Man.
Yes.
And I'm looking at your videos. I'm like, she is such a baby. And I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
Because of everything that you're going. The album is called Miss Me, correct?
Miss Me Yet.
Miss Me Yet.
First album. Mm-hmm.
Okay, first album. That's out. With everything going on, and I'm talking about, I've seen you in your interviews, and you're here, you're there. Has this dream become surreal to you yet?
You know what? I think that when it feels surreal is when I perform and I have a crowd of people singing back to me. And especially when I'm like overseas, like in London, that's when it really hits me.
That London love is different.
Yeah. What?
When they're singing it to you, and you know, and then after the show, and shout out to my London folks, you know, after the show they'll come up to you and tell you,
yes,
this song right here and this line meant so much to me.
Literally.
How do you deal with that type of?
It's always crazy for me. So somebody in London came up to me after a show and had my lyrics tatted on them.
Wow.
Yeah. The love is super real out there.
And to be so young, but you have seen and been through so much. I read that in some of your writing process, you can't write about past relationships anymore,
right?
Because it just puts you in a whole different mindset. And some artists thrive on that.
Yeah.
What's going on? Like, why can't you put that on the paper and bring it to the people? Like, what's the block?
So you know what? When I was working on Miss Me Yet, my last relationship was in 2021. It ended then. But I think I was still holding on to that, and I thought I was over it, but I wasn't. And so when I made Miss Me Yet in 2023, I realized it was still about this person because I hadn't closed that chapter yet. But once I wrote that project and I got out everything that was left, I couldn't write about it anymore. And I realized, okay, I'm finally not writing about this person after 3 years.
So there is life after a relationship when it comes to writing songs, because you know, like I said, you got some people who are still writing about that relationship that happened 20 years ago.
Yeah, I think you just have to get it all out.
Right.
And I was very intentional within doing that. And in the last song I wrote a poem for the first time, and I put a poem at the end of the album. And so I really felt like, and the last song was called Closure, but I felt like I gave myself closure. Like I just removed every.
In the world of relationships, do you feel like, Ryan Cameron says, and it's a book that he's read, that we go around with our antenna broke. And we go into one relationship after another, and our antenna is still broke. We don't see the red flags anymore. Do you feel that your antenna was broke to a point that you was just done with everything, or do you still feel there's room for that antenna to be fixed?
There's room. I'm in a space right now where I'm really, really doing the groundwork, and I'm working on myself. So I feel like I'm unpacking and I'm rebuilding the antenna. So I feel like there is work, but I want to make sure that I'm right with myself first. You know, I realize that is very important to heal yourself before moving on to something with someone else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And at what point, because, you know, it's like you went to TSU?
Grambling TSU PV.
And you said, this ain't my thing.
You want to know something?
What happened?
I really loved TSU.
Okay.
So TSU was the last school that I went to in 2022. And I finally majored in music. So prior, the other two schools, I didn't major in music. I majored in criminal justice. But when I majored in music at TSU, I loved it. Every class was music. I had a piano class, and it was great. But I got signed, so I was like, yeah, bye.
Can't do two things at once.
Nah.
Okay.
I'm good.
and when that signing came after years of the hustle and just the struggle, you know, when you finally sat down at that table, what was the emotions going through your head?
You know, it was exciting, but I knew that I still had a lot of work to do, because just because you're getting signed doesn't mean it's about to happen.
Right.
You know, now you got to come in and prove yourself and prove why should they get behind me. So it was the start. I knew.
I want to give Def Jam props because they have been signing a lot of fresh, young, hungry, talented artists. One of the original Virtual Vibe alumni, as I like to call her, her name is Jalen Josie. She signed to Def Jam and doing great things. And then you're like, I see what Def Jam is doing. They're putting up the chess pieces, you know what I'm saying, to bring them into the next wave of music. So one time shout out for Def Jam. Let's give one time shout out to Def Jam, yo. Here we go. One time. Working with Eric Bellinger.
Yes.
How was that?
That's my guy.
Because he's a dope dude, yo.
He's great. He's a great person. He so genuine, like genuine love. When he supports you, he really supports you out loud.
Nice.
And I love that. Yeah.
Working with Timbaland.
Yeah.
And that is the GOAT of producers.
Absolutely.
How did that situation come about?
So, funny story. I always tell this story. I'm going to try to not make it long. But I had always said I wanted to work with Timbaland. And the first label that flew me out when I was 18, they asked me what producer, if I could pick one, would I want to work with. And I said Timbaland, and they said, that probably won't happen. Probably not. You'll probably have to, like, write for us to get in with him, or, like, write for him or something. Yeah. And so fast forward a couple years later, I noticed he would show love. He would like some things, and he followed me. So I would DM him like, hey, send me something. Let's do something. And he would just read it. He never responded. And then, you know, I didn't take it to heart. I'm like, okay, he's watching.
Right.
And a year or two later, I get a DM from him saying, hey, send me your number right quick. Just random. So I sent my number. He calls. And he's like, I have a beat that I can only hear you on. Like, it's for you. It's for your voice. Yeah. And he sent me the beat, and I immediately wrote to it, sent it back. And now
So he was thinking about you all along.
Yeah. I think he was just paying attention.
I love that for you.
That's what he does.
I really
he watches
do.
in the shadows.
Yeah, Timbaland's dope like that.
Yeah.
So the album Miss Me Yet, what are some of the expectations, you know what I'm saying, that you've put out for yourself with this? Like what could fans be ready to receive with this?
So Miss Me Yet is already out.
Okay.
So the upcoming album that I'm working on now is Cycles.
Cycles. Okay.
Yes. So Cycles, pretty much I like to say Cycles is pretty much about doing the same shit, getting the same results.
Okay.
Within relationships
Right.
and within love and within life. Yeah, so I would just expect a lot of vulnerability, but also accountability this time. Just more, like I said, I just had a birthday, so I'm 25. So
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Virgo? Leo.
Yes.
Okay. Leo.
Yeah.
Not me.
Yeah.
Anyway. Not me.
Yeah, but just a lot of transparency and accountability in this album, and vulnerability.
I'm so excited to see your path.
Yeah.
Because you're so young, and there's a lot of things that you have not gone through just yet. Home ownership.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I mean, I'm just being
just to throw it out
just
there.
to start off
Yeah.
with, you know what I'm saying? Marriage, babies. You know, I'm so excited to see how you grow through this whole process.
Yeah.
Once again, can you lead me out with something? I love your voice.
Thank you.
For such a little, and please don't take it the wrong way. For such a little girl.
Oh Lord.
You have. I'm not trying to little girl you. I'm not trying to little girl you.
Please.
But I'm just saying, you have such a huge voice.
Thank you.
Please give me a little something.
Let me do the one. I'm gonna do the one that's on radio right now.
Okay.
Think I got used to the way that this love shit just don't work for me. Think I get lost in the way that I think love is supposed to be. I hate that I know I can't change you. I guess I can't blame you. Knew who you were, but I still entertained you. Knew I knew better. I knew you were no good for me.
That's right. It's not Ashton Martin. It's Jastin Martin. Right here on Virtual Vibe. It's Magic 107.5, 97.5, the real sound of Atlanta.